Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you for being here in support of Steve. And I was coming back from a meeting in the city. I knew I was going to be here. I just didn't know what time I was going to get here. But fortunately, I heard Obama was in town in the city. He's trying to raise some money. So I was worried that everyone would be trying to leave the city at the same time. You know, it's a great honor to be here and be asked to speak a little bit about Stephen and of course to thank all of you for being here in support of him. You know, Tom, who was just up here speaking, I think I might actually be more excited about his win than I was about my own this time a year ago. I'm just still reeling over it. And I remember the Saturday before Election Day, 300 volunteers showing up. And on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, straight through election night, hundreds of people that are willing to take time away from their family and friends or to take off of work to see someone that they believe in get elected. It was a slate that not only with Tom, we all know of his Navy experience, but two council members, Anthony Sempt, who was running for town council, who was also in the Army at 18th Airborne Corps a few years before I was, John Cochran, who was a Navy captain, and they were elected. It was this military team that they were running for office for all of the right reasons, because they served their country and in protection of our Constitution and freedoms and liberties to wear that uniform. To think of the people that wore it before you, that wear it alongside of you, is an honor. It's an honor that when you have to take that uniform off, and for John Cochran and Tom Proce to still wear the uniform, to take that uniform off and to be able to come home and to serve your country in a whole different way, to serve your community in a whole different way and run for office, it's not a bad thing. I'll tell you the experience of going from being in the United States military, which is, according to all these polls, the most popular job in the country. Guess what the least popular job in the country is? The American politician. And to be willing to go from such a great job to this one, you know what? It's an honor. If you do the right thing with the privileges that are before you, with the powers that you're granted, if you're doing the right thing with it, it really, if we had more good people in office, we'd really be changing our local governments, our state governments, our federal governments for the better. And we have a candidate right here in the 2nd Congressional District who is proud to serve his country in the same way those people that we just got elected in the town of Islip did. Proudly serving our country, United States Army. Now he comes back, he takes off the uniform, and he says, I want to continue to serve my country. This time as United States Congressman. And you know what, the least thing that we can do as supporters of you, Steve, is everything in our power to make sure that you get elected. Knocking on as many doors as we can, making as many calls as we can, letting friends know, being here and being able to raise money, but we're going to have more events because we need to raise more money. Doing everything in our power to get you elected is one way that we all can say thank you for your service. In our state government, in our local governments, in our families, in our businesses, for the business owners that are here, we do something that seems very extreme, very right-wing. We balance our books. In Albany, when we came into office in January, we had a $10 billion deficit. We managed to close a $10 billion deficit, to cut spending for the first time in 15 years, and to pass a budget that was early for the 3rd time in 28 years. We can get things done, and I'll tell you what, Albany has Republicans and Democrats in charge. We work together, and just because we don't control all branches of government, the Republican Party, that doesn't mean that we can't get good things done. In Washington, you have Republicans and Democrats controlling the Congress and the White House. But they're partisan bickering and they're fighting. You're showing the exact opposite of what we see up in Albany. Albany was supposed to be the puppet of dysfunction. Now it's D.C. And for all of us, because they have the ability to print money, we propose a balanced budget amendment, and we all get behind those who want a balanced budget amendment because we believe that just like those businesses, just like those families, just like those other local governments, that the federal government too should take the expenses and the appropriations and every single year should balance it out at zero. And when we get behind a candidate like Steve Labate who wants balanced budgets, that doesn't make him extreme and right-wing. That means he's looking out for us, the taxpayers. He's looking out for our country. He's looking out for our children that haven't been born yet and grandchildren that haven't been born yet. That's not extreme and right-wing. That's why I'm proud to support a guy like Steve Labate. Take Obamacare, for example. I hope the Supreme Court gets rid of it. If the Supreme Court doesn't get rid of it, hopefully we have the right people in Congress and the White House to get rid of it in 2013. Now that is... Obamacare is a mandate on individuals and governments. We're dealing with Medicaid. Our state budget is about $135 billion. 40% of that is spent on Medicaid. They say that in 2015, 1 in every 3 New Yorkers are going to qualify for Medicaid. And when I ask questions about, well, what do we do to take care of this with Medicaid? Or how do we change that with Medicaid? We have to apply for waivers from the federal government. That's so much for state sovereignty, so much for those we send down to Washington believing in individual rights, believing in state rights. Take our state education department, for example. Nearly 100% of our state education department is funded with federal funds, with federal mandates saying this is how you should live your life. This is how you should be educating your children. This is how you should be with your employees or with your family members. This is how you provide health. Well, our federal government doesn't know best. And unless we have the right people in office, things will never change. So we have under a year now. And all over the country, we're going to have great candidates running for U.S. Congress. We're going to have great candidates running for United States Senate. And hopefully, we have a great candidate running against Obama for the next presidency. In that effort, it's going to require all of us, as we have done, to continue to dig deeper. To ask anyone around us who can help raise money, who can knock on doors, who can go into election districts all over the 2nd Congressional District, and do everything in our power to make sure that the right people are there representing us. And whatever you need, Steve Labate, you contact me, and hopefully every other person that you lean on steps up and does the right thing as well. God bless you. God bless this campaign. God bless America.